I'm back. I don't know if you missed me or not, but here I am. Hello, everybody. I'm back. Where you been? I've been here, right? No, I haven't been here. That's a lie. Man, we're struggling to get this opening recorded. Hi, everybody. I'm back. Hopefully you come back too. Happy to see you. Welcome back. My name is John. This is my channel, The Origin Factory. I've been absent for a month. Probably a month. I don't know if it's been a month. Let's try this again. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. My name is John. This is my channel, The Origin Factory. I've been absent. I've been gone. I've been missing. I've been busy. I've been everywhere but here. I've been watching YouTube, but not uploading. Life's been busy. So, we can do a little channel update, show you what I have been working on, talk a little bit about maybe what we're going to be doing in the future. But before I get to all that, first I want to thank all our subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate you greatly. That's what helps us out the most as a new channel. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're willing to do so, that would be greatly appreciated. And if you're subscribed already, if you could continue to support us by either like, commenting, or sharing. So, you can also find us on Facebook and Instagram underneath the same title as the channel, The Origin Factory. The Facebook one is a group. So yeah, what have I been doing? I've been cutting down trees. We had a late summer storm, which was straight line winds, tornadoes, and I'm in the upper Midwest of the United States. And we're also transitioning into winter, which is also a busy time of the year because we are getting ready for winter, and I do snow removal. So we have to get our equipment ready for winter, haul them out to the job sites where they stay all winter because we have equipment that stays on site. And so there's trucking, there's maintenance and upkeep, and then there's also all this tree work, which we have to finish up before we go into snow season. And our winters here can be very busy, or they can be almost no snow. Like last winter, we had only a few inches of snow and very mild temperatures. We actually did RC crawling all winter last year, outdoors. Very, very unusual for this part of the world. Our typical winter, we get an average of 50 some inches for the winter snowfall. And the winter 2 winters ago, we had, I think it was upper 70s or almost 80 inches of snow. And it snowed quite frequently, so it made for a very busy winter. So our winters are guaranteed, our snowfall isn't. It's the only way I can see it. It will get cold, it will be winter-like, it won't always be winter-looking. But anyways, so yeah, so that's going to free me up to do more videos because even though we may have more snowfall, it's not an everyday job. The only call to duty is when it actually snows, and it doesn't snow every day. So that's the only thing I can say about that, which gives me a lot more free time. Whereas my other work is pretty much Monday through Friday. Sometimes we work on the weekends just to catch up. But anyways, a little more demanding with the snowfall in that it keeps me busy nonstop until it's done. So if we have a really big snow event, like feet of snow per single event, we may do snow removal, snow plowing for several hours, 8, 10, 12, 15, 16, 18, 20 hours. Not quite non-stop, but breaks in between type stuff. Very demanding until the storm subsides, goes away, quits snowing, whatever. And then it may be a week or two before it snows again. So it's much different schedule in the winter, but which gives me a lot of downtime to do videos. So we will be putting out more videos this time of year. It's just got to do something with the free time. Whether we have driving videos in the winter, that's another topic. I don't know, because outdoor videos aren't very easy to do out here if we have a snowy winter. Just depends on if I go somewhere else where we can do it. But anyways, so we're gonna go over the other bench and look at some projects. I have a Vanquish Origin build I just did and completed, and you can see that on my Facebook group and on Instagram. I posted some pictures of that. But we'll do a little overview on the bench. What else? I got Vanquish Ripper 67 that is mine that I've been working on. It is now, we'll call it 90% wired or better. Electronics are connected, receiver, speaking, well, I did a 2-in-1. I did a Fusion Pro 2300 kV SE or whatever in there. So it's in a Reefs 500 servo. And I have been driving it here in the studio and outside at the farm here. But the reason it's not completely wired is I've got the wires to the lighting all done up to the battery and the receiver, and I'm trying to decide how I'm going to finish the wiring. So I'm thinking about putting in some sort of toggle switch or something so I can manually turn the lights on and off and have them wired all the time, but not have them on all the time. So one little stumbling block there, and also I need graphics for it. So I'm trying to get somebody that's willing to do the graphics for it. That's been a little bit of a struggle. Also, what else we got over there? Project 959 from Rob Mitchell, Need a Bigger Shed. That is made some progress, very little, but it's moving forward. My VRD carbon, I've got the new Proline FJ40 body for it. Very happy with that. We're going to do a little overview of that. I know there's one more thing. Oh, LC Racing, which is a Chinese company. It's a rally car chassis. It's definitely looks like a ripoff of Tamiya's, one of their rally cars or one of their road car chassis. And I enjoy the rally cars for driving, something that I can drive at higher speeds in front of the house on the asphalt. And the reason I got rally cars versus like maybe a more of a designated road car is our streets aren't always the cleanest. And when I have run strictly road chassis is they got very little ground clearance and they get hung up on stones and stuff. And 10th scale and 12th scale stuff, they don't like a lot of debris on the road, because they just don't naturally have a lot of ground clearance. So I like rally cars, and they get to drift a little bit, and they're designed to be more in the dirtier environment. So I have a little affection for rally cars, and I painted a body for it today and started applying the decals. Also got a wheel project using the new Battleborn wheels that Vanquish has now secured licensing with Battleborn, which is the manufacturer of 1-to-1 wheels. And they have them in clear and black, and I had some custom anodized rings put on them, and we'll look at the other bench, and they're dark green. And boy, yeah, so we got our VRD with the FJ40 body, we got the Vanquish Origin build, we've got Ripper 67 wired and driving. We got the LC Racing rally car chassis. We got the 959 project and our Battleborn wheels. So let's switch to the other bench and give me a second to switch and we'll get back to you. Okay, so here we go. Here's the Origin that we just built. It is NATO green with wood deck tan, which are both Tamiya colors. The wood deck tan is TS68. The NATO green is TS61. So those of you familiar with Tamiya paint know that the TS line of paint is a lacquer and is not designated to be used on polycarbonate. And you will have problems with it if you apply it directly to polycarbonate. So the method to use it, and I've had it with great success. I do this on the bodies I drive, not just on Shelf Queens. So I use the same technique and the paint will stick very well. So what you can do is before you lay the color down, and the only reason for using the TS line of Tamiya is for more color options. Because like in the PS line, which is designated for polycarbonate bodies, they don't have, I shouldn't say they don't have, they have a limited selection of colors. and the TS line has a lot of other colors. And so it just increases your options for colors. And since I was looking for a green, the PS line only has, I think it has only one dark green, which is PS9. And I didn't like the color of it. It's more like a British racing green. And I was looking more like an earthier green, something that looks a little more, more foresty like. So we went with the NATO green. But anyways, so the way to put TS down is you use either PS55 clear, which is a flat clear, or you can use PS58, which is a pearl clear. And the reason why you would use one versus the other, you may ask. The flat clear, so flat clear has talc in it. Like when you think of talcum powder, baby powder, that kind of stuff. The way they get the flat look is they add talc to it. So, and talc is white. So it will make a color, it'll wash it out and make it look a little more faded or milky or whatever. And so when you're wanting a more brighter, vibrant color, then I would use the pearl clear, because the pearl clear has pearlescent in it, and it also has some light metal flake. And like I said, in the flat clear, it'll kind of wash out and make it look more faded a little bit and kill some of the brightness of a color. So it depends on how you want the color to show. So I use the pearl clear on the green portion of this truck because it is not a metallic, and it's not a, and I want it to stand out a little more and be a little brighter. So in the sunshine, in white light, direct sunlight, that kind of stuff, the color does sparkle a little bit in the sunlight. And then I use the flat clear on the tan portion because I didn't want that effect on that part of the truck. So you can use it in combination, one or the other. Like I said, and one way to try them out really good is, when you guys have your polycarbonate bodies and you have all these chunks of leftover polycarbonate, use them as test panels. It's way less expensive to try it out on a chunk of old polycarbonate, Lexan, whatever you want to call it, and try that color out. Like this is the PS9, which is the polycarbonate line of paint from Tamiya. And as you can see next to this, it's a much darker green. Like I said, it's more like a British racing green, and I want more of an earthier color. But yeah, so this is a way to try out the colors versus trying it on the body, not liking it, and then what do? Just live with it, throw the body away, start over, whatever. So I have a box full of every Tamiya color I've ever used. And when I come up with an idea for a project, like with this one, I really wanted to match the wheels on this truck because these were green anodized, and I wanted to find something similar so they would kind of blend together. And the TS line of paints had a lot of options in greens. I think they have maybe like 6 greens, maybe more. But so the TS line has a lot of military colors. So, of course, you have a bigger selection of greens, meaning, because military type colors are usually camouflage type colors for at least for the army type stuff. So anyways, but yeah, by all means, save some of this polycarbonate stuff and do test panels. I think that's what I call them, is test panels, and get a feel for what kind of what kind of effect you want with your paint scheme. So yeah, so I shot all sorts of colors. There's TS61, which is on there, so you can see how it looks on the test panel versus on the body, and it looks very similar. Here's TS 91. This is a little more of a gray color. There's TS78. What other color did I use? I tried out TS70, which is really dark, and it's kind of a muddy green, gray green. I don't know if this is, I forgot what it's called. It might be called field gray or something like that. It's not even called green, possibly. But it is kind of a greenish color. So yeah, so that's just an idea for you guys if you're testing color. It's a way to test colors without committing to painting the actual body. And then I also painted the raised letters on it, blue and red, for BF Goodrich, Mud Terrain TAs, just to give it a little something extra. So yeah, I'm going to do a video on just using the Tamiya TS line of paints and how to make them work on polycarbonate bodies. So I'll try to do a video specific to that. So let's head over to the Proline FJ40. Hold on. So that's my VRD carbon. And that is proof of how the paint technique I just told you about on the Origin that I used, of using the TS paint and testing it for durability. So this is my most driven truck I have, my VRD carbon. And this is a TS Tamiya color. I think it's called sand or sand tan, desert sand or something like that. And this was used with the same technique and I used the PS55 clear as the base and then put the tan, and then I backed it with black. And I usually back all my colors with another color so the light doesn't shine through them. If you notice, sometimes when you paint a body and the sun shines through it and it almost looks like it's, translucent, semi-transparent or whatever, use a backing color. Be careful with backing colors, because if the color's really thin, if you don't use a color that's complementary to it, meaning something that'll look good with the colors together, it'll make it muddy and change it. So either you got to put down more of the color, your base color, or your pigmented color, or you got to use a backing color that's not going to muddy it up, like white or silver. White will kind of intensify it. Silver will balance it out a little bit. But yeah, so that's TS painted body, which this thing has seen a lot of abuse, a lot of use. Only reason I'm trading it out now is because the back busted out. So my rear portion of where the body was mounted is now just kind of dangling free. But that's my VRD carbon. Got a SCX 10.3 battery tray in there, which helps get a bigger pack in there. I also have a battery tray way up front there. You see the chunk of Velcro there? Right here. So I put small packs in there. And if I want to do extended driving, longer, more trail type stuff, I use the big battery in the back. But anyways, so there is the new FJ40 from Proline. And the reason I put on the VRD carbon, I wasn't originally going to do that. I saw it in the hobby store. I really liked it. And I'll do a review of just about the body. But anyways, really liked it. It fits just like the the cliffhanger body, which I was just showing you. And it's like the lower half of it, like the footprint, the bottom half is almost identical to the cliffhanger. So it's really designed to fit on a comp chassis. So once I saw that, it's like, okay, I'm not going to put it on a VS410 platform like I was thinking of. And so like, okay, put on my VRD. VRD's due for some fresh plastic. So we'll start there. So yeah, that is camel yellow, which I think is, and that's a PS color. So that's a polycarbonate color from Tamiya. I think it's PS9 or something like that. And don't confuse the camel yellow with like the camel trophy trucks. Like on the Defenders. This is camel yellow as was used like on the Formula One cars way, way, way back, whatever in the 70s or the 80s, whenever Camel was a big sponsor and had their own Formula One team. So yeah, this is more of an orange yellow, kind of like a school bus yellow. And the reason I painted that is because I have a 74 FJ40 that is almost that color. But yeah, as you can see in the FJ40, it has a lot of nice details. I painted the seats brown just to kind of make it look like brown leather or whatever. It's got, you know, decals to make for the glove box, for the ashtray, for the speedometer, for all the switches. It's got a manual transmission shifter, and then it's got a dual stick for the 4-wheel drive. Steering wheel, of course. Dash is removable. You know, or I should say dash was a separate piece. It does have some molded in cage work in the bed and a molded in fuel cell, which I painted. And looking back on it, I should have painted the cage work black to match the rest of the cage work, but whatever. Anyways, it's got nice molded tail lights, and it does have buckets for LEDs. And it is a licensed body, so it is kind of expensive. I think it was like $75 retail. But with a licensed body, you get real Toyota details instead of something that looks kind of like a Toyota. So yeah, it's got the Toyota badge on the grill, and it's got FJ40 decals. The windshield frame is also a separate piece that you mount on. And then it also has mount for Proline's light bar, which is kind of nice, which I haven't decided if I'm going to put that on there yet or not, because I'm not a big light guy on my VRD. It's not something I'm probably going to drive at night, so it's more or less if I'm interested in having that look. Anyways, so yeah, that's my VRD carbon running Mickey Thompson Baja Pros in the Predator compound with Method 105s and Fusion Pro 2300. So yeah, I'm not running a stubby on this. This is a pretty bone stock VRD carbon. I'm running a Reefs 800 brass, still running the servo on the axle up high. So yeah, I haven't done a bunch of the mods like drop the servo down or run a stubby kit. Yeah, the only thing I've done is added brass to the front, and I've traded out the SE8 shocks a couple times because, like all Vanquish shocks, I don't know, I have a problem with them not leaking. Or I have a problem with them leaking, I should say. And so I have a stack of old SE8 shocks. Some are brand new ones. So I've been just putting new SE8s when they start to leak, and someday we'll run out of SE8s, maybe. I don't know. But as for now, we're just putting on fresh ones as they leak and not rebuilding them, just rotating them out. I did use a paint pen, a fine tip paint pen. That's why you see all the body seams and the doors and the hinges and stuff like that, just to add a little extra detail to it. Let's hop over to the Ripper now. So there's Ripper 67. Hasn't changed too much in looks. I did swap out the Vanquish 105s for Spec RC because I had a really nice looking set of Spec RCs that I had 5 of them, so I had one for a spare. And since the Ripper has a nice mount for a spare, oh, there's my backdrop falling, which you can't see because we're zoomed in on the tire, thankfully. So we're having studio problems. Anyways, so yeah, let's get some more light on that. So yeah, there's the Spec RC wheel that I put on there, and put some gold scale hardware on that, painted the raised letters on there, and there goes a box elder bug. We have lots of box elder bugs hatching right now in the fall, so they are everywhere here at the studio. We need some graphics for this thing. Like I said in the opening, we got the lights wired. Just got to figure out what we're going to do for a switch. Have driven it a few times out here at the studio. So yeah, not much appearance stuff that's changed since the last time you guys have seen it. It does have the JE designs, radiators in there, which do look nicer than what they came with, I think. And did add the RC four-wheel drive fuel cell. Mr. Pezza made a adapter for me so I could mount that. And also added the smaller, I think they call it a 1-inch light bar for the bumper mount, which a little something extra. So yeah, that's where Ripper's at. Ripper keeps getting a little bit further along, and now we can actually power it up and drive it a little bit, which is fun. So now we're gonna, what's next? Oh, the rally car. Let's switch over to that. Hold on. So this is, what is this brand? LC Racing PTG-2 chassis rally car. They're sold just as a rolling chassis. This is a Chinese company. It's a knockoff of a Tamiya chassis, to be honest with you. There's a lot of Tamiya influence on it, but it's not one you build. It comes built. But what it's nice about it is it has really nice shocks on it. It has some anodized bling. But yeah, it's a rear engine. The engine mounts right there. It's all-wheel drive, of course, being a rally car. I picked this up when they first came out. They've been in America now for a few years. Not a company that's really setting the world on fire. I haven't put power to this one yet. I've had it for a while, and I've been trying to figure out what body I want to put on it. This is just going to be a driver, and this is a Peugeot P205 turbo rally car body, like they had back in the day. So yeah, just something fun we're working on. A lot of kind of like very detailed body. I think these are from Italy or something like that. I forgot. I got it off of eBay. But we're only showing the fun side because we're only partway done with it. A lot of decals. So a lot of cutting and trimming and fitting and all that kind of fun stuff. But yeah. So that's what we've been working on there. And let's see what else we got. So here's our Project 959. If you've been following me for a while, you know that it's probably in the same stage the last time I brought it on the bench. And that being that we're waiting to put the color on. And I'm waiting to put the color on till I have enough free time where I can make sure I do it right. Because like when I painted that rally car body, it was a single color, and I'm like, this would be fast and easy. Put the window mask on there, blast it with white, and we'll move on. The reason this is a little more involved is because we have a transition between white and blue here. The top of the car is white, the bottom of the car is blue, and because it's a Rothman's livery, and there's a red and gold stripe that goes the length of the car. The red and gold stripe need to be positioned exactly in one spot. And so then the transition between the blue and white need to be planned exactly to go underneath the red and gold stripe. And I don't want to lay the stripes first because I want to leave the protective coating on the body. You can put the stripes down first and peel off the coating and then put the stripes down. And then you can put the paint, stop the do the transition underneath it by looking through it, But I don't want the stripes on there and lose the protective coating and then have the stripes exposed to overspray. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to make a paper template of the stripes and then lay them on the vehicle exactly where they need to go. And then I'm going to mark the protective coating with, like a Sharpie or something, and run that, and make a Sharpie line down the length of the car, exactly where the stripes are going to be. So then I know where to mask. So a little more involved, kind of like, it's a little more tinkery types work. So yeah, I need to have a clear head and not have as much stuff on my plate to do that. It'll look good. But yeah, so we do have the electronics in there, which I don't know if I covered that in the last video with it. Do get a servo in there, a Reefs 299 out low profile. It did come with a speed controller. It is a brushed motor. It's not going to be a very fast car. I don't know how much I'm going to drive it. But yeah, so that's the update on 959. Some of you guys have probably seen this already. Vanquish came out with new licensed wheels called Battleborn, or the manufacturer's name is Battleborn. I think these are called the Sierras or something like that. But yeah, so I had a batch of anodizing done recently, and had some stock rings, IFR ready stock Vanquish rings anodized, and these are a dark green. Really happy with that. It's just a nice color, not overly bright, a little more subtle, but definitely like it better than the clear or the black, that comes with them. Just a little something, something. And painted the raised letters on it white. So this is going to go on the next Origin project that we got coming up soon. So yeah, so that's what I've been working on. Like I said earlier, I'm going to have more free time to do more videos here soon as we switch into the next season, meaning winter. I'm in a part of the world that we do see snow, and I do snow removal, but I only do snow removal when it snows, and it doesn't snow every day here. So generally I have a lot more free time in the winter unless we have an unusually snowy winter. Last winter was an unusually no snow winter. Really odd. It was mild temperatures and we had no snow, almost no snow, which was very unusual for us. So I'm guessing we're going to have snow this winter because that was very bizarre. But anyways, either way, I don't have it's not a Monday through Friday job, 9 to 5, 40 hours a week deal. It's as it snows, as needed type thing. So leaves me a lot of downtime. But yeah, leave some comments. Any suggestions for type of videos you'd like to see? Let me know what you guys have been doing. It'd be fun to hear from you. By all means, check out our Facebook group, The Origin Factory, the same as the YouTube channel name. Also on Instagram as The Origin Factory. If you want to directly interact with me, it's probably easiest on the Facebook page because that I do monitor pretty closely. But yeah, so once again, thank you to all our subscribers. Thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're willing to do so, it'd be greatly appreciated. That's what helps us out the most as a new channel. And if you're subscribed already, if you continue to support us by either like, commenting, or sharing. So as always, thank you very much. Love to see you guys. Happy to hear from you. Happy to respond. God bless, and we'll talk to you soon.